Let's see the next problem in this exercise, problem number 7. From a point on the ground, the angles of elevation of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed at the top of a 20-meter high building are 45 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. Find the height of the tower. So in such case, drawing a diagram is extremely important. Let's see. So in this case, the person is standing here and this is the building. So let's mark it right there. This is the building, and on top of the building, we have a transmission tower. So let's mark it here. It is given in the question that the angle of elevation. So when the person looks at the bottom of the tower, which is the top of the building, the angle of elevation is 45 degrees. And when he looks at the top of the tower, the angle of elevation changes to 60 degrees. The building itself has been given as tall. So this portion from here to here, it is 20 meters. And the tower is unknown, which we are supposed to find out. Just like previous question, we are going to use trigonometry twice in this particular solution. We will consider the smaller triangle first. And for smaller triangles, the angle is 45 degrees. The building itself is opposite side because it's direct facing this 45 degrees. And the distance along the ground is adjacent, which is unknown for the time being. We are trying to correlate opposite and adjacent, which is unknown. So now you will ask me a question, but wait, the unknown is right here. Why we are adjacent? Because this adjacent is kind of common between the smaller triangle and the bigger triangle. And if we know the value of adjacent, we can use that for subsequent analysis. So even though getting the adjacent is not our primary question, it will help us in actually finding out the unknown in the second half of this same solution. So the ratio which correlates opposite and adjacent is tangent, and we can write tangent of any angle is opposite over adjacent. Angle is 45 degrees, opposite is 20, and adjacent is unknown. From standard trigonometric ratio, I can find out that tan 45 is exactly 1. So we can get adjacent meters. Now we will consider the bigger triangle. And in this bigger triangle, now the angle changes to 60 degrees. Now the opposite is this complete length, which is 20 plus x, which is partially known, partially unknown because x is still unknown. And the adjacent, which was unknown in the previous part, but now we have actually found it out. So that's known. So we can manipulate and get the ratio and find out the unknown x here in this case. Again, we are trying to correlate the opposite and adjacent. So we can write tangent of any angle is opposite over adjacent. And from standard trigonometric ratios, tan of 60 degrees is always constant. It's root 3, and opposite is 20 plus x. We have actually calculated adjacent in the previous part, 20. That's kind of connection between smaller triangle and bigger triangle. Now we can cross multiply. We can say 20 times root 3 is equal to 20 plus x. We are interested in x, so anything other than x should go to the opposite side. We will transfer this 20 on the opposite side, becomes minus 20. And we can write down x is equal to 20 root 3 minus 20. We can take 20 common and write root 3 minus 1 in a bracket. So 20 times in bracket root 3 minus 1 is your answer. And even though it's fully correct answer, you can stop right here, absolutely no harm. But let us assume that root 3.732. So if the value of root 3 is given in the question, or if they ask you like find out the value of the height of the tower accurate up to 2 digits after the decimal point, then only you have to proceed beyond this step. So I will substitute the value of root 3, which is 1.732. Minus 1 will be 0.732. When we multiply that with 20, the final answer will be 14.64 meters, and that's the height of this transmission